All aboard! Fridays and Saturdays through September 15th, residents and visitors can take a free ride on the Explore Elmhurst Express, a bright red and green trolley stopping at 6 locations in Elmhurst. No tickets are needed to ride the trolley, connecting downtown Elmhurst with the Spring Road and York and Valette business districts. Special Explore Elmhurst signs mark each stop, and parking is conveniently located nearby. Hop on and off the trolley at your leisure to explore many fantastic shops, delicious eateries, parks, museums, and more. As you are welcomed aboard, be sure to ask your trolley driver for a raffle ticket so you can enter to win weekly prizes. The Explore Elmhurst Express is handicapped accessible and ADA compliant. To track the trolley's locations, visit exploreelmhurst.com.
Since the 1830s, Elmhurst has grown from a quiet farming community at the edge of Chicago into a vibrant suburban city that stands on its own. Much has changed since those early days. For more than 60 years, the Elmhurst History Museum has proudly shared the stories that make up Elmhurst's rich and unique history. Today, the Elmhurst History Museum's mission is to engage people with history through our exhibits, collections, and educational programs. The museum presents a wide variety of exhibits annually, including original exhibits planned by our staff, as well as national traveling exhibits from other institutions on a full range of history-related topics. The museum's award-winning exhibit on Elmhurst history in the second floor gallery is an innovative and fascinating look at the story of Elmhurst. Beyond exhibits, our programs and special events actively connect people with history through interesting lectures and tours, fun family activities, exhibit sneak previews, and large-scale special events like the annual Museum Day celebration. Our school programs provide hands-on interactive ways to learn about history. Children love to take part in the immersive experience at our Churchville one-room schoolhouse, led by a schoolmarm from the early 1900s, as well as participate in old-fashioned games and I Spy activities during field trips to the museum. There's always something new to see and do at the Elmhurst History Museum, so be sure to stop by soon at 120 East Park Avenue in downtown Elmhurst. The museum is located in the landmark Gloss Mansion, just across from the Elmhurst Metro Station. The Elmhurst History Museum is open Sunday and Tuesday through Friday from 1 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is free. For more information, please visit our website at elmhursthistory.org.
Every summer, the Elmhurst Police Department holds their award-winning Neighborhood Roll Call program in neighborhoods throughout Elmhurst, offering residents an opportunity to meet their local police officers in an informal, non-enforcement setting. Occurring on neighborhood corners, officers run their roll call briefings as they change shifts. Residents are invited to listen in and get up to speed on recent issues, as well as to ask any questions they may have. The program runs through the summer months, and signs will mark the area 1 week prior to where the neighborhood roll call will occur. Residents can find detailed information on the city's website and on the Elmhurst Police Department Facebook page.
Traditionally, in neighborhood roll calls, we will meet the citizens. Citizens have the opportunity to meet police officers that work in their specific area and then we relay information which is important for the residents to know what is going on in their community.
I just like to see that the community came together, that there were people here, that there was plenty of officers here that were super informative.
It's a community engagement event. Members of the community get to come out and talk with us about current events that are going on within the city and different crime hazards that may be occurring, and it's a good opportunity for them to ask us questions.
At the neighborhood roll calls, there's a lot of things that the residents can learn. Just stuff that's been going on in the neighborhood. Not everybody's on Facebook, not everybody reads newspapers.
I just think it's very, very informative, and it's just nice to know that we have such a wonderful police force that is really, truly, watching out for us and in the neighborhoods and everything. So
it's a great time for them to ask us questions, and it's a great time for us to be able to interact with them in a positive light. A lot of times when we go to something, it's not under the best circumstances, and this is a great way for them to interact with us and be able to talk with us and not just see us, passing by in a car or something like that.
it's just kind of nice to hear it firsthand and to get the recommendations, that they're giving us to stay safe.
The goal of the neighborhood roll call is to assist the police department in forming partnerships with the community, to inform the residents of any ongoing crime trends which are happening within the town, and also to assist the residents in helping us keep their neighborhood safe.
Coming soon to your neighborhood. Don't miss it. For information, please visit www.elmhurst.org/NRC or call 630-530-3061.
Have you heard of the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation? Its purpose is to provide support through advocacy, education, and fundraising for the Elmhurst History Museum, our local Elmhurst history, and the Churchville one-room schoolhouse. Established in 2007 as a nonprofit organization, we initiated an endowment fund and raised funds to complete the renovation of the historic Churchville schoolhouse. We conducted a capital campaign to develop the new exhibit, by all accounts, the story of Elmhurst, at the History Museum, and we continue to provide financial support to enhance exhibits, programs, and events at the museum. Yes, we feel strongly about our mission and encourage you to become a member or donor of the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation. Please call or go to our website for more information to learn about the benefits of becoming a member or donor by investing in our town, our history, our heritage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave Oberg. It is my privilege to serve as the Executive Director of the Elmhurst History Museum. Today I'm donning this hat and donning a slightly different role. I will be Dandy Dave Oberg, your barrister, that is umpire, for the manful sport of baseball. Back when baseball was still two words and the game was played bare-handed and boldly. We're going to play by the old Knickerbocker rules of 1858 today. The rules are wildly different. I'm going to teach the audience to cheer and jeer using old-fashioned language. We are going to enforce the old rules. I may even fine a few players and make them read some rather dramatic and prosaic speeches. I'll give you an idea of how the game's a little different from what you and I are used to today. In addition to being a bare-handed game, it is a gentlemanly game. Players will actually cheer the opposing team for good play. Players will call themselves out. I am only here to decide very close plays. If the ball is caught on the fly or the first bounce in fair or foul territory, that is an out, so it totally changes the way you hit and field. And the ball is considered fair or foul based only on where it first touches the ground. It doesn't matter where it goes after. If it touches fair first, it is fair. If it knocks around in a tree and lands fair, it is fair, even if that tree was in foul territory. It is still 3 strikes and you're out, but it's only a strike if you swing and miss. There are no called strikes. There are a few other differences as well. If a runner overruns first base, he does not get a free return back to the bag and can be tagged out. Changes the way you field a little bit as well. No stealing, no sledding, no sliding, no leading off. Not because it's illegal, it just wasn't really done much at this time. And again, a courtly, gentlemanly game. There are a few additional differences that you will see as the game unfolds, but those are the major differences, and I'd like to talk to a couple of players and get their response to playing today at beautiful Elmhurst College. I would like to say one other thing, though. We are in an historic setting. This was a German pro-seminary in 1871, which became what is known as Elmhurst College today. We love being in this historic setting. There were a lot of German-speaking students here once upon a time, so I might actually say Guten Tag, Damen und Herren, when I introduce today's game. Should be a lot of fun, and thanks to the fine folks at Elmhurst College, the fine folks at the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce who have helped us with this, the wonderful Elmhurst Heritage Foundation, which supports the museum, and our friends at the Elmhurst History Museum, and so many of our elected and community leaders here who are playing today. Sir, I'm thrilled to see you here upon Elmhurst's own Field of Dreams today. Would you introduce yourself to our fans and talk a little bit about your involvement with the game?
My name is John No Quit Quigley. I am president and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and today I'm on my home field, my alma mater, Elmhurst College. School I love, Elmhurst. Live for aid. God shed his grace on thee. Loyal be thy sons and daughters to thy memory. And I intend to make sure that the North holds serve on this platform today, and we beat the South.
Well said, sir, well said. That, boy, I couldn't have said that better myself, as a matter of fact. You've played before. Do you have any reflections of the past games, anything you want to talk to the audience about?
Yes, this game is a challenging game, but always a gentleman's game. So while you may be used to sliding and dirt and foul language, none of that will transpire here, and you, sir, will make sure that it doesn't. But there might be an argument or two and a fine or two, but it's phenomenally good baseball, and both teams are here to have great sportsmanship.
All right. Huzzah to you, sir. Thank you for joining us today.
Huzzah!
Now, Mr. Brinkmeyer, have you played this manful sport of baseball by the rules of 1858 before?
Yes, I have. This will be my 7th or 8th game.
Excellent, excellent. What do you recall, or what excitement can our fans, our cranks, I should say, that's what we called fans in the old days, what can they expect to see today?
Well, unlike current day baseball, old-time baseball, there will not be called strikes. So the pitcher, the hurler, is attempting to place the ball at the place that the hitter would like to have it. The striker then will strike the ball, and the umpire, the barrister, does not make any ball or strike calls.
Ah, very good. It's a very fast-moving and thrilling game, is it not, sir? Any other recollections or anything that you want to get the cranks ready for today?
We want the fans to be as loud as possible because it really motivates us players.
All right, well said, and huzzah to you, sir. Strike well today.
Huzzah!
I have a special and thrilling guest here today. This is my beautiful wife, Sonali Oberg, who is going to be our scorekeeper for the day. Huzzah to you, Sonali. You are a veteran of many, many games. I know you've been to quite a few before. Anything that you'd like to say for our viewing audience?
I will tell the team to lay the willow on that onion, hit those home runs, and I will tell them to run like they can. Don't run like ice wagons. Don't be slow. And my favorite is the villain is always the lobster. So we will look for the villainous lobster and discourage him from making it to the bases.
I see a few candidates out there already. Anything else that you'd like to say for the throng today?
Very excited to be out here at Elmhurst and watching Elmhurst North versus South. And as the scorekeeper, I'm looking forward to a lot of home runs and a lot of runs scored for the team to tally those bases.
I am here now with Captain Pete DiCiani, and I'd like you to introduce yourself and give us that nickname and explain what that means.
The nickname is Robin Hood, and that's because I take from the rich insurance companies and I give to the poor kids that have disabilities, including autism and Down syndrome, and that's why I'm called Robin Hood.
Good man, and a noble cause that is too. Now, you're one of the stalwart captains today. Have you ever played this game before? And if you have, can you tell people a little bit about what they might expect from you and your team?
Well, yeah, I have played. I played in the initial vintage game that we did back in, I think it was 2010. Had a blast, and it's really a throwback to what baseball truly was at its very origin. And I think what you can expect today is a lot of good camaraderie between the North and the Southern teams because we're both from the same community. I would have to be a little biased to the Northsiders. I think we're a little more blue collar and a little more down to earth. We're scrappers. So, and I was the first Northside mayor ever elected to the city. So I think that lends to the North and South Side rivalry too. But Mayor Morley's a great guy, and we're looking forward to a competitive game today.
All right, huzzah to you. Anything else that you'd like to say to our viewing public today?
Let's get it on, guys. Let's have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here today with the captain for the Elmhurst South squad today, Mayor Steve Morley. Sir, what can we expect to see from you and your boys as we play this spirited game today?
Expecting a lot of hard play. We're going to be chasing that onion all over the field. Hope to drop a duck egg on the other team. And I just hear they're a bunch of muffins. Let me put it that way.
Ooh, well said, and good use of the vernacular, ladies and gentlemen. He said they're going to hold them scoreless for each inning, and they're going to, he actually called them bad players, muffins. Oof. And we're going to pick out a lobster later today, too. That's
Absolutely.
The most hated and villainous player of all. We'll see who that'll be, sir. What else would you like to say for the viewing audience today?
Well, I'm looking forward to a spirited game. I'm happy to see everybody, and I'm a little concerned about the relationship between the barrister and the scorekeeper. I hope that doesn't have an influence on the game.
Yeah, I'm concerned about it too. Believe me, every game. Huzzah to you, sir, and thank you for joining us today.
Huzzah, go South Side.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Ellen Braun, who is with the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation, the wonderful charitable organization that raises funds to underwrite museum programs, exhibits, and some of the amazing initiatives that we do at the Elmhurst History Museum. Have you been to one of these games before, Ellen? And if so, what was your experience?
We did have games a couple of years ago. We haven't done it in a while, but it was always fun to see everybody out there and to enjoy the day. And we've got a beautiful day today, and we learned some things about baseball and its beginnings, and that was a lot of fun. So we're glad to have the chance to be here again.
All right, very good. Would you like to share anything about the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation with our viewing public today?
Well, we enjoy supporting the museum with events and programs and encouraging people in the community to come and visit the museum and to participate in our foundation. So we are very happy to be part of the Elmhurst History Museum.
Very good. I understand there's a craft beer fundraiser coming up on September 15th as well. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, that is our third annual Beer Fest, and we are looking forward to a lot of people coming to enjoy sampling beer from, I believe, over 40 suppliers this year. So it'll be a big event. I encourage you to buy tickets now. You can go on the Elmhurst Museum website and click on the foundation and Beer Fest and get all lined up for the event.
Huzzah to you.
Very exciting. There were 2 outs in the inning. Long fly ball to center field, bounced over one of the big shrubs and nestled at the top of the hill there. I was glad to pick it up. Just lofted over the shrub back to our second baseman, and they got him in a run.
Southsiders of Elmhurst, hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip!
Huzzah!
3 huzzahs! To the Northsiders of Elmhurst, hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Captains, do you wish to say anything?
It's been a great day. We both pulled our hamstrings. I want to thank the fine barrister for all of his fine rulings. Huzzah! 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 And all those who helped make this a great day. Thank you. Huzzah!
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude today's dramatic game. The Southsiders of Elmhurst have the victory after 9 innings of spirited play, 14 aces, to the Northsiders, 10 aces. This game went back and forth, forth and back again. It was my privilege and pleasure to call this game. This is Dandy Dave Oberg, your barrister, signing off.
The Churchville Schoolhouse opens the door to the best education in history. Visitors to the historic Churchville one-room schoolhouse take a step back in time to watch history unfold in a restored and accessible National Register of Historic Places property that dates to the 1850s. Today, students can walk in the footsteps of local farm children from the early days of DuPage County for an authentic living history experience led by a schoolmarm from the early 1900s. A visit to the Churchville one-room schoolhouse is hands-on, educational, and fun. Participants use slate chalkboards and McGuffey readers for the day's lessons, and children will be asked to follow proper classroom etiquette. Reading, writing, and arithmetic are all practiced, and students can test their skills during an old-fashioned spelling bee. And of course, no school day is complete without recess, featuring games of the early 1900s. The Churchville Schoolhouse is a popular program for scouts and day camps too. Group visits can be arranged for service clubs, tour groups, and other adult organizations as well. The Churchville Schoolhouse Living History program is operated by the Elmhurst History Museum. Call the museum today to book a field trip or find out more information at 630-833-1457 or visit our website at churchvilleschoolhouse.org.
Hello, Elmhurst. I'm your city clerk, Patty Spencer, and I'm here today with Tim from Republic Services, our contracted refuge and recycle provider. I have recycling items here, and Tim is going to help me go through them to see if I can or cannot recycle them. Tim, you want to get started?
Absolutely, Patty. Thank you very much. First of all, we've got in our curbside bins, we have fiber and paper, flattened corrugated cardboard, containers, magazines, newspaper, unwanted mail, envelopes. Windowed envelopes are acceptable. You don't have to cut out the window envelope. Newspaper is fine. We have metal containers, aluminum cans, pop cans. What we strongly suggest is that you rinse those cans or containers out, because if there's material left inside, would get spilled onto the newspaper, and then the newspaper's contaminated. Plastic containers, a number of plastic containers, Tide bottles, milk jugs, soda bottles, again, all rinsed out, caps on. If the caps are off and just loose in the bin, they're gonna get thrown in the trash as they go through the recycling line. Oil containers, with it that contains motor oil, they would not be recyclable simply because you're not gonna get the oil clean out of that actual container. Glass bottles and jars, as long as there was food items or soda in them, that's fine. Again, lids on. A number of items cannot be recycled. Clothing, for example. There is a totally different program for clothing, but clothing is not in our recycling program. Light bulbs, batteries, smoke detectors. There are different ways to get rid of those items. Various drop-offs for the smoke detectors throughout the city. Please look at the city's website. Electronics, TVs, computers, phones. They can all be recycled, but not in the curbside program. Jugs like orange juice containers, again, rinse those out, put the caps on, they can be recycled. Plastic bags, drop them off at the grocery store. Don't put them in the curbside bin. They would just cause a lot of problems at our recycling center. And again, they are not recycled in the curbside program, but the grocery store goes through a large volume, they can do it. Yard waste containers or yard waste, right now leaves, grass clippings, trees, branches, that's in a whole different, separate collection, yard waste collection. Banana peels at this point in time cannot be in that program. Though it's organic, just haven't rolled it out yet to residents of Elmhurst. Then you have wood, shingles, construction debris. There is a construction demolition recycling program, but it's not in the curbside program whatsoever. Copper piping, that type of thing. Carpeting, we'd certainly want to look at that being rolled up no more than 4-foot lengths, but tied up so it's easier for the driver to collect, no more than 50 pounds, and it would be picked up as trash. Paint cans have to be emptied and put in the trash container. Little trick, get some kitty litter, put it in the paint can, it'll dry out, and it won't cause a mess when we're compacting it in the truck. I think that's just about everything we've covered, Patty.
Well, thank you, Tim. So there you have it. For any questions, please contact the City Public Works Department, 630-530-3020, and Republic Services at 708-345-7050. 2 blue bins, 1 blue planet. Let's do our part, Elmhurst.
In an effort to provide residents with an easy, secure, and safe way to dispose of unwanted or expired prescription drugs, the City of Elmhurst has a collection box in the Police Department lobby. This safe and easy drop-off location allows residents to be eco-friendly and keep medications out of the water supply, in addition to keeping them out of the hands of our youth or individuals who might otherwise abuse prescription drugs. Prescription painkillers or opioid pain relievers are to blame for nearly 3/4 of the tragedies caused by drug overdose. Residents are encouraged to look through medicine cabinets and bring these expired or unwanted medications to the Elmhurst Police Department. In an effort to make it even easier for residents to dispose safely of their unwanted or expired medications, the Police Department hosts annual Prescription Drug Take-Back Days, where a portable prescription drug collection box is available at various community events. For more information, visit www.elmhurst.org.